Today in your Daily Titan News Brief, Proposition 30 passes in the state of California, but what does that mean for students?
And we didn't get a new president, but what about a new state? Puerto Rico votes to change their ties with America and possibly become the 51st state. All that and more coming up on today's News Brief.
Hello and welcome to your Titan News Brief for Thursday, November 8th. I'm Kasia Gregorczyk.
And I'm Ryan Utter. Puerto Rico voted to change their ties with the United States in order to become the 51st state. The voting would require final approval from Congress. The two-part referendum asked whether the island wanted to change its 114-year relationship with the U.S. Nearly 54% sought to change it, while 46% favored the status quo. The second question asked voters to choose from these three options: statehood, sovereign free association, and independence. President Obama expressed clear support for the referendum and pledged to respect the will of the Puerto Rican people in the event of clear majority.
Proposition 30 has passed, which means California avoids deep spending cuts to public schools and universities. The state will be able to pull out a fiscal swamp without slashing other services further. Governor Jerry Brown's tax measure had been his central focus since re-election 2 years ago and will have major implications for the state's finances. If Prop 30 had been defeated, nearly $6 billion would have been enacted under the budget approved by lawmakers earlier this year. Prop 30 will raise sales tax 1 penny for every $4 spent over 4 years, while increasing income tax on the highest earners in the state of California for 7 years. In turn, it'll generate $6 billion in new revenue per year. This sales tax hike goes into effect January 1st, 2013.
Well, a lot of huge decisions were made Tuesday night for our country, including Barack Obama's win for re-election. As some students watched the election results from home, some stayed on campus to watch the results as they happened live. Joe Moeller reports from an on-campus screening the night of the election.
I'm here live at the Pollack Library North, right outside of room 130, where dozens of students gathered tonight to watch the election results as they happen live. Student or not, no one could miss the 2012 presidential election, as both Barack Obama and Mitt Romney have been running ads for months. The election has been the topic of discussion for many, and now the election is finally here, and Cal State Fullerton students were able to vote and watch the election on campus. This screening event was advertised all over campus with posters explaining where to go and watch the live election results. ASI and the Chicano Resource Center are responsible for holding this event tonight, giving students the chance to watch the polls close hour by hour across the country. Many students that attended this event were first-time voters.
I think it's very important. It's very historic to first-time voters. Of course, you're 18, you're coming out of high school, and it's your first time to make a difference into the system. So it's crucial to first-time voters.
Not only were students there to watch the results, but the room was also open for discussion.
I think it's important that people, especially students, begin to voice their opinions on what's going on in our community. In the room I mentioned Ohio and Pennsylvania were key states. That's always going to be a key state to any election. So it's important that the students see what states are going to be key in every election and which ones aren't going to be as important.
As state-by-state polls closed and the electoral votes came in, students around the room were being informed about the direction the election was headed. The importance of each state was also being conversed. As the election screening came to an end tonight, many students left very curious how this presidential election is going to end up. Live for the Daily Titan in the Pollack Library North, I'm Joe Moeller.
Thanks, Joe. Well, lots of politics news today and in the coming weeks, but let's lighten things up with a look at our weather. Right when we thought the heat was never going to end, we are finally getting a glimpse of some fall weather. Temperatures this week and into the weekend are going to continue to drop all over the Southland. Today, the high will peak at nearly 67 degrees and the lows for tonight into the mid-upper 40s. The thing to watch for is a slight chance of rain tonight and tomorrow, and possibly even some snow in the local mountains.
Yeah, it'll be nice for us Southern Californians finally get some cool weather, blanket weather, hot chocolate weather. We don't get that here.
I know, it's about time. Well, let's see also what's up in the world of sports, Ryan.
All right, well, in sports, the NBA season is rolling along with your hometown Lakers and Clippers both struggling. Both teams came into the season with very high expectations but haven't met them just yet. The Lakers have a 1-3 record while the Clippers are 2-2. Neither team has hit their stride yet, and a lot of sloppy basketball has been played, but each team has a great deal of talent, so don't worry, Los Angeles fans, it'll be okay. And it's week 10 in the NFL season, and it gives us some exciting matchups on tap. The undefeated Atlanta Falcons will try and keep their winning streak going when they travel to New Orleans to take on the resurgent Saints. A battle of 7-1 teams take place in Chicago as the Bears host the Texans, and Tony Romo and Mike Vick get together in Philly. Both Manning brothers take their shows on the road. Sounds like another great weekend of football. And a little baseball news for you guys. We all know the season is over. The San Francisco Giants came out as the World Series champions, but there's no rest in baseball. The free agency period begins this week, so every team will try and improve their roster. The big names of Josh Hamilton and Zach Greinke will be the most sought-after players, so it'll be interesting to see where all the pieces fall.
Well, in a week like this one, with one of the biggest presidential elections taking place, our entertainment news gets political. Beyoncé allegedly posted a photo of a piece of notebook paper which read, "Take that, Mitches," on her Tumblr shortly after Obama's win Tuesday night. And earlier this week, at his concert, Beyoncé's husband, Jay-Z, was heard substituting the word mitt in for a not air-friendly word during a performance of 99 Problems. The two have been supporters of Obama and the First Lady for years, but some are wondering whether their messages to Romney supporters were in bad form. And Mariah Carey is releasing an Obama victory song. Carey, who campaigned for Obama, is marking his re-election with a tune titled "Bring It On Home." She tweeted her support and congratulations to his win and added she was incredibly moved by his speech.
I didn't know all these singers were so up on their politics, you know?
Seriously, I'm very curious to see what this re-election celebration song is all about.
Yeah, you know, that'd be interesting to hear. Well, that does it for us here. Thank you for tuning in to your Daily Titan News Brief for Thursday, November 8th. I'm Ryan Utter.
And I'm Kasia Gregorczyk. Have a great day, everyone.